Hi, today I'm going to tell you which is the best food for healing and well-being. You want to have the best possible life you can have, do you? Then you should eat mostly, you don't have to do all in, but mostly fatty ruminant meats. This means beef, lamb, goat, deer, bison, all of the other true ruminants. You can live off of this. You only really need to eat this for the rest of your life, not just to survive, but to thrive. You only need to accompany it with water, ideally purified water. And on the long run, as you discontinue very gradually your salt intake, it's really two things that you need: the meat and the water. And you can live your best life doing so for the rest of your days. Try it out. Try increasing your amount of fatty ruminant meats in your diet and see how you feel. Many women get their periods back after doing so. Many women conceive after being on the menopause, after increasing their fatty ruminant meat consumption. But you might not trust anecdotal evidence. You might trust just scientific papers paid by interests and by agendas, but you do you. So you're going to get a reverse osmosis filter for under your sink so that you can drink purified water always. And if you want to make some stew or some soup with the meat or whatever, you will have a cleaner, more pure water to do so. Then you go to the butcher and you get a few fatty cuts of beef, of lamb, of goat, bison, deer, whatever, elk. And it should be fresh in the beginning, because our bodies, before getting strong, before getting healthy, they deal better with fresh meat. But still, to make sure that you get a regulated histamine level in your body, you are going to take a DAO enzyme in the beginning. So, as an example, you can eat, as long as you drink enough purified water and take the DAO enzyme, you can eat 820, for example, 100% beef burger patties for the rest of your life. Yeah, you can go to McDonald's and ask for the a la carte menu beef patties. They are 100% meat. You drink purified water with that. You do not season them nor salt them, and yeah, you can live off of that, and you have far greater life satisfaction and health than you ever did if you do that for the rest of your life. The only concern with that is they use Teflon in their fryers, and there is some glycation because they use a hot cooking method. So is that it? These guys just made a video about eat more McDonald's burger patties and you will be more satisfied and healthy? Like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Yeah, that's right. For as long as you keep the fat between 10 to 40%, so less than 10, you will not be burning fat for fuel, you will not be utilizing and having the benefits of keto, and more than 40% fat, you will not eat enough protein. Lions, for example, do between around 15% to 30% of daily fat consumption by volume. This is what I'm talking about. This is the equivalent of the 4-to-1 or 1-to-1 fat to protein ratios. So these are recommendations by Rebecca Heichman. She healed herself from 10 chronic conditions and has helped many people doing so with theirs. She says, don't worry if protein is spiking your blood sugar in the beginning, that will resolve eventually as your body gets stronger from the meat. As long as you take the DAO enzyme to stabilize your histamine, you'll be great. Like, this is the best food for healing and well-being, and that is because it has creatine, carnosine, carnitine, a lot of B12, a lot of choline. So these are things that are typically not found on a plant-based diet. So if you go do your research and see the so-called vegan athletes, they supplement with this. They supplement very frequently with fish oil. So if vegan was so good, why do they need to supplement with taurine, with all the others that I talked about that are animal-derived nutrients? It makes you wonder. So I hope this video helped you. This is made not for you to follow this blindly, but to experiment and to see, like, gradually and thoughtfully, for sure, and to see how you feel. If you start increasing your fatty ruminant meats and you feel better, more light, with more strength, great, but take the DAO enzyme. I don't want you to get any heart palpitations or running your nose. That is unnecessary. So get the DAO enzyme before you go grab more meat. So yeah, as long as it is ruminant, because ruminants are four, I believe, chambers in their stomach, they filter out very well their food, their plants that they eat or whatever are very filtered out into their tissues, as compared to poultry or pork, which don't have such a bulletproof filtering system. So their tissues end up having a fatty acid profile, which is not ideal. They don't have such great nutrient density as ruminants like beef and goat and lamb. Heck, like the biggest lions in the world from the Akavango Delta, I believe. I'm not spelling it too wrong. They mostly eat buffalo, and they swim a lot because it's a delta, and they are giant. Yeah, and buffalo has basically the same nutrition as beef. So if you want to be twice the size of your own species, which is the case basically of those lions, yeah, mostly base your diet in fatty ruminant meats, and you'll probably be very well off. But you do your experience and let me know in the comments if it adds up to reality or if I'm full of ass. So if you want to share your experience, or you want to tell me you are full of just write down a comment. Yeah, I like reading your comments. It's very fun. And this is a community. This is supposed to be a back and forth. And I don't need to enjoy everything I read. It's perfectly good that you write things I not agree with, so that I can learn, so that my perspective can open, can grow. As long as you're respectful, especially with yourself, you will end up being respectful with others in the chat. So all I ask is that you're mindful and forgiving, but you can and should write down a comment that say, I believe vegan is the best diet for such and such and such. This is an open discussion. So this is a conversation, not a discussion, actually. So thank you so much for watching. If you find my videos valuable, I always try to condense information in relatively small videos. information that you might need to watch hours of content to get. And yes, subscribe if you feel they are valuable. And yeah, look in the description because I will probably summarize things there. Thank you. Bye bye.